This wind and sun are disgrace.
It's only God's gentle breeze, Loretta.
Could you tell me, please, when we'll get to Beulah Land?
Well, now, we done got to Beulah Land, Miss Sarah. Everything that you pass until we get to the door, that's Beulah Land.
And I'm so looking forward to seeing Mrs. Kendrick. It's been too long.
Gracious sakes, MP. Mrs. Kendrick must be richer than ham-fat gravy.
Loretta, such thoughts shouldn't enter that pretty young head of yours.
Yes, ma'am. But I bet the whole city of Savannah could get lost on Beulah Land. How did Beulah Land get its name?
Cousin Leon settled Beulah Land in 1783. He got the name out the Bible, the book of Isaiah.
Is Master Leon a good master?
Master Leon ain't exactly no master yet, but that boy gonna be the master.
Leon! Leon! Lovey, you got the spoon out the bean pot.
You got it back. Don't worry me with them little things, Cook. I got stuff jamming my head.
You gonna have what's in that you let the beans boil?
Lovely, I heard you calling Leon. Did he answer?
No, ma'am.
Call him again.
Yes.
Cook, don't you let those beans burn.
No, ma'am.
Leon!
You bring that wagon around here.
Yes, sir.
Not too fast, Leon.
There it is, children. Penelope, darling. Deborah, good to see you after all these years.
Lovely you look.
Oh, thank you.
It's been too long.
These are my nieces. This is Loretta, and this is Sarah.
How do you do, ma'am?
Oh, Ezra, I'd like you to run and fetch Master Leon, please. He's gone to look for the cows that got through the fence last night. You remember, the cows.
Oh, them cows.
This is my daughter, Selma.
How pretty.
And this is Lovely, Ezra's wife. And this is their daughter, Pauline.
Pauline.
Shall we go in the house? You must be tired.
Yes, yes.
Come on, girls.
Hey, I think he got big whiskers. Hold him, don't let him go. Go on now.
My own son helping a young massa do bad. Shame on you, Floyd. And shame on you, Leon, especially you. Your mama out yonder waiting for you to greet the guests like a young gentleman should, and you in this water hole like a hog. Now, you gonna be the massa, boy, and I want you to start acting like a massa. You hear me?
You knew company was coming, but you deliberately ran off. For that, you will stay in your room the entire weekend.
With me.
What you got in mind, Master Roscoe?
I got in mind giving this boy the whipping he deserves. Just like any lazy nigger.
Master Roscoe, I don't think you should do that, no, sir.
Don't you tell me no, sir. He sneaked out the fields and hid his cotton bag, and he's gonna get whipped. Goober, get him.
Master Roscoe, my boy was out on the field with the young massa. Young master come and get my boy. Now, if the young master say he got to be whipped, or if the missus say he got to be whipped, then you whip him, Master Roscoe.
You and the missus gonna turn this boy into a no-account nigger.
Master Roscoe, my boy, is gonna sharpen every shovel, every axe, every hoe, every blade on the place, and then when the moon come up, I got more work for him, Master Roscoe.
You set yourself up between me and the mistress, old man. You regret it. This black snake is thirsty, boy. So stay out of his way.
Well, yes, Miss Loretta. You might say that Beulah land is larger in acres than our plantation Oaks. But Oaks is all arable land.
It must be so exciting to be 18 and strong and just living on a huge plantation, knowing that someday you'll be the master of that land. I love it and very rich. That must be just too exciting for words.
Would you care to take a stroll, Miss Loretta, and see the oak where they hung the runaway slave?
Oh, goodness, yes. That sounds exciting.
Miss Sarah, you want to go too?
Oh, no, thank you.
Pauline, do you want to dance? All right.
glass of buttermilk and a chunk of cornbread. Call that eating. I got turkey, I got dressing, I got cornbread, everything them folks got, we got. Come on up.
How I'm gonna climb with this platter?
Can I help?
Oh, Missy.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I saw you in the hallway. I'm sorry about your punishment.
I'm Leon. I'm sorry I missed your coming.
Oh, that's all right. I just feel bad because we caused your mom to punish you. I'll take the platter up for you.
You will? For God's sake, don't let nobody see you.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're the late Mr. Kendrick's brother, Arnold.
Oh, no, fortunately not. I'm Felix. Arnold had the funny accent.
Oh, dreadful for Deborah. For you, too, of course.
For all of us. There's Benjamin. He was Arnold's closest friend.
Benjamin?
Yeah, there with Deborah and my wife, Nell. Hey, Edna, I was just telling Miss Penelope about your beautiful plantation, but she knows all about it. It seems that your Bruce and Barnard were bragging it up.
Bragging? Benjamin, you got to talk to those boys.
Oh, no, they weren't bragging. They're perfect young gentlemen. Why, they've already invited Sarah and Loretta over to the Oaks.
Pretty girls like your nieces are enough to make any boy brag, Miss Penelope.
Why, thank you, Mr. Davis.
I hope you like it. Bye.
Hey, Sarah. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
That's all right. Here it is. Listen. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate. But thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. Well, I don't care if that is in the Bible. It sounds foolish. Thy land should be married? Really, I don't understand any of it. I do.
No, Master! No, Master! Please! Put the man! Get off! Please, Master!
Miss Deborah! MP! Excuse me. That awful man, he has a large whip.
Oh, that's the overseer, dear.
He was whipping one of those slaves something dreadful. Drawn blood.
You shouldn't walk so far afield, child.
But aren't you going to stop him?
Oh, now, Sarah, Mr. Collier has a job to do. We mustn't interfere with his work.
She's such a sensitive child.
I have no idea. Next summer, you and the girls will have to come and stay a full month.
Oh, lovely. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to have met you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Selma. I look forward to the pleasure of seeing you again.
Thank you.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Well, I'm sorry Loretta didn't come this time.
She wanted to stay in Savannah and see a very special performance. I don't know. I suppose a girl 19. Well, there's Sarah now.
Sorry we're late, Mother.
You always are, both late and sorry, Leon.
That's all right, as long as we don't miss the coach. Sarah, your things are in the carriage.
Thank you. Miss Deborah, in Leon's defense, I must say that he made an honest mistake in the time.
When he's with a charming girl like you, Sarah, I can forgive him.
Bye.
Bye.
Selma, Leon and I are going to ride over to Highboro to see them off. Won't you come along?
Thank you, no, Barnard, I can't. Goodbye, Sarah. Goodbye, Miss Penelope. Come again soon.
Goodbye. Goodbye, dear friend. Bye.
Mother, they are going to miss their coach.
Leon, I've enjoyed this visit.
Sarah, don't wait too long for your next visit.
Goodbye.
Oh, there you is. I saved you a biscuit. Buttermilk biscuit and sorghum syrup. Here, boy.
Thank you, Miss Lovey. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't blame you. Oh, that boy just a gentleman, natural born. Ain't never had a drop of raisin, no mama at all, and no papa to speak of. But somehow he just Not to speak of, that's for sure.
Oh, where did you hush? Now, I'm talking about Gooba, and you know it. Gooba ain't spent an hour with that boy since he been born.
That's why you're a good child, instead of a shiftless, good-for-nothing flapjaw like Gooba. Miss Selma,
You ain't no kitchen help. You got to start training up for to be a lady. Martha Bonnet making them calf eyes at you 'cause you're pretty, 'cause you're quality, not 'cause...
Lovey.
Well, Martha Bonnet don't care can you cook no lemon cake.
Well, Mama, me and Selma cares. Selma and I. Selma and I cares.
Almost as bad as the one in Charleston.
Oh, you mean the one that was in love with both of them?
Yes, the one. He wanted us to take her to Savannah and sneak her into school.
How about the teeth on her? Hell, she could eat an apple through a fence. Good evening, how you doing? Good evening, girls.
Bye.
Y'all have a good time.
But you know, Bob, we known some pretty ones. Remember Lizzie?
I forgot to tell you the last time I was in Savannah.
What?
I ran into Lizzie, and she looked so pretty. She's not a girl no more. She's a woman now. I'm here to tell you. Well, she sends her best. Well, she didn't exactly send it. She said it's there if you want to come and get it. She still thinks we're cousins from Charleston.
Mr. Jones and Mr. Johnson.
Respectfully.
Let's keep it that way.
You got it. Now, I'll tell you something right now, Leon.
What's that?
I got a hankering for somebody, and if you swear you won't breathe a word of it, I'll tell you who it is.
Bob, I swear.
Now, this is a different breed of chicken. Now, you know, like they say, pedigree or not, they all lay eggs.
Who?
Loretta.
Oh, Bob.
Yes, sir.
She's pretty.
I'm telling you, Leon, at the right time and the right place, with the right kind of sweet talk, now that Miss Loretta, she'd be mighty good for what ails you.
What about Sarah?
Sarah? Well, Sarah's an angel. She's gonna be a virgin till she's... Leon, I noticed you've been putting in a lot of time with her lately, and I swear I apologize if I'm out of line of what I'm...
You just don't believe it, but I'm getting serious about her.
Well, I'll be a wood pile. Well, all right, if you... Since we're going to talk that stuff, I'm just going to tell you a little secret. I am flat out in love with your little sister, Selma.
You are what?
Leon, I've never felt such honorable intentions.
Do you mean to tell me that I might have old Bonnet Davis for a brother-in-law?
Likely as not.
Come on, boy!
Mr. Coley, you don't know what you're missing, always asking for Lizzie. Well, that's like always asking for pecan pie for dessert. Don't you ever wonder what our peach cobbler's like?
No.
And every time you ask for Lizzie, you have to wait. Don't you ever get tired of that?
Yeah.
There.
But not that tired.
Roscoe, when did you get here?
Who's your fat friend?
You know I can't tell names.
He seems to know you pretty well.
All right. He's a banker. Generous man. I'm a working girl, don't forget.
Last time I was here, I had to wait for the Lord Mayor. Time before that, it was the president of the Cotton Exchange.
At least you're not waiting for some hayseed who never takes his boots off.
Waiting is waiting.
And work is work. But play is play. And I only love my Roscoe.
I don't like him.
There's only one way you can have me all to yourself, Ducky.
I'll have to do some thinking on that one.
We'll have plenty of time to think about it. When you and I go upstairs, people know better than to wait.
Miss Deborah? Miss Deborah, lovey, is Miss Deborah in the kitchen?
Oh, she's in the house, sir.
Miss Deborah? Miss Deborah? Miss Deborah? Miss Deborah?
I'm in here, Bonnet.
Miss Deborah, I hope you're in a good mood today. I have an important favor to ask of you. May I have your daughter Selma's hand in marriage?
Bonnet.
I have formally proposed, and she has accepted.
God be praised.
Selma, is that true? Well, I'm delighted. Lovey, a glass of wine for all our people. Miss Selma's engaged to be married.
That's such good news. God bless both of you.
Don't you move.
Don't shoot, Roscoe. It's me, Clarence.
Clarence, you fool. That was a holdup. You could have been shot.
Oh, my God, Roscoe. I just want to talk to you. I heard you was coming in tonight on the train, so I've been waiting here for you. I need to borrow some money, Roscoe, fast. They gonna kill me if I don't pay up tonight.
How much you need this time, Clarence?
I need 100, Roscoe, tonight.
100?
Now, this is the last time, I swear.
That's gonna have to be secured by a written note on your farm, Clarence.
I got it all wrote out.
Roscoe, what's going on here?
Just a minute, Lizzie. I'm just lending this fellow a few dollars, that's all.
I told you. I've got to go to the necessary house. I can't wait much longer.
We'll be home in 10 minutes. Mr. Clarence Anderson, it's my pleasure to present Miss Roscoe Corley.
You got married. And well, too. My pleasure, ma'am.
How'd you do?
My pleasure indeed.
There you are, Clarence. You're a fool with your money, but I can't help that. Good night, Clarence. Make this old mare step high, Goober. I'm gonna own that fool's farm one of these days. A few others around here, too. Before I get through getting rich, even Deborah Kendrick's gonna eat crow.
I'm pleased Mr. Corley has taken a helpmate. I hope you'll be happy here at Beulah Land, Mrs. Corley.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure...
Excuse me, ma'am.
I'm sure we'll be very happy here. I hope that you'll call on us, Mrs. Kendrick, as soon as...
I'm afraid I'm going to be very busy. My daughter's getting married. Oh, Leon! Mr. Leon Kendrick, my son, Mrs. Corley.
Miss Kendrick?
Excuse me.
I think they sent us the wrong bull. It's not the one we bought.
Mr. Kendrick?
Formerly Mr. Jones of Charleston.
You're not going to tattle on me, are you?
Oh, Lizzie. Not if you don't on me.
So nice to meet you, Mr. Kendrick.
Loretta, what's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing?
Well, we were supposed to be asleep ages ago, and the train's going to leave at 8
I don't want to go to Selma and Bonnet's wedding.
Why not?
Oh, I don't mean I don't want to go. I mean... Oh, Sarah!
Loretta.
Do you remember when we went to see The Merchant of Venice?
Yes, last week.
Do you remember the actor who played the part of Bassanio?
Yes. You mean...
Mr. Douglas Savage? Well, I've met him.
Did?
Yeah, do you remember when you and Aunt P went to Beulah Land and I stayed home? Well, I met him then. I got acquainted with him.
Well, I suppose you have a right...
Sarah, I've been seeing him. I've been going out after you and Aunt P was asleep and meeting him. But Sarah, the company's moving out in the morning. They're going to Atlanta.
Well, that's just as well then, isn't it?
Oh, you don't understand. I love him.
Loretta, it will pass. You will see. Now, I think you ought to get some sleep. We have a very big day tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
She fainted again. Lord, she keeps her thoughts over here.
Oh, my God.
My sister has eloped with an actor.
An actor. Oh, God. That's the end of an ill-fated day.
Ill-fated for us. Let us hope not for Loretta and Selma.
Oh, I pray not.
there you are, you poor thing.
Yes, finally. Oh, Deborah, I'm so ashamed of missing the wedding.
Oh, we were worried.
Oh, it's been an absolutely dreadful day.
You must be exhausted.
Deborah.
Oh, it isn't that important.
Miss Deborah, something awful has happened to us this morning. The reason that we are so very late is Loretta eloped.
With an actor. Oh.
How awful. Here, let me help you into the house.
Let me dry my eyes. I don't want the bride and groom to see me like this.
Afraid you missed them. They've gone over to Bernard's house over to Oaks. Master Leon tried his best to wait up for you, but he done celebrated like it was his own wedding and had to go to bed.
Oh, well, I don't blame him, Lovey.
Miss Sarah! Miss Sarah!
Well, young man, what are you doing up so late?
I was waiting for you. I want to help carry your bags.
Well, how did you know my name?
Oh, we all know about Miss Sarah. I've seen you riding with Master Leon lots of times.
Oh, you have?
Excuse his manners, Miss Sarah. If you don't get in that bed, boy, I'm gonna skin you alive. Get in that bed.
Now, come on, honey. What are you... Listen. And you hear that? They're still celebrating. They're celebrating our great wedding. Them darkies are dancing and dancing and... Now we're gonna celebrate.
Barnard, please don't. Please.
And the first thing we're gonna do is gonna get rid of these old rats.
Your folks are gonna hear us.
What is the matter with you, girl? You're supposed to let me. Didn't anybody tell you anything?
You're drunk. You're crazy.
Now, Selma, you gotta stop playing these tricks on old Bonner here. Now, you gonna take them clothes off, or am I gonna have to take them off for you?
I hate you, Barnard.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to take them off for you. Selma, you can't do this to me and get away with it. Hey, you stop this. Trying to scream and get everybody involved in our private affair. I'm your husband, and you're my wife. And it ain't gonna do you any good to scream. Ain't nobody gonna interfere in this private matter between married folk. And this is our wedding night.
This thing's broke for good. I don't think so, Daddy. It just tightened a little more and it ought to straighten right up. Think so, huh? Yeah. Oh, look, there's Miss Sarah and Roman. Hey, Miss Sarah.
Morning, Floyd. Morning, Ezra.
There's a big old bush over there just dripping with berries.
Where?
Over there by that old live oak.
You and Master Leon going riding today?
Who taught you to say master instead of master like the others?
Miss Selma.
Well, now that Miss Selma won't be here anymore, who's going to teach you?
Maybe you.
Oh, you are naughty. You are so naughty.
Sarah!
Ezra! Floyd!
It's me, Sarah. It's all right. It's all right. You're gonna be all right.
Miss Sarah said we should carry her to Daddy's cabin because it was closest. she looked like she'd been chewed by dogs, mistress. Nearest we could make out, she wasn't talking too good. She crawled away from the house. Master Beulah had passed out.
Fell asleep with me.
Yes.
Ezra's gone for the doctor. Mama? Mama?
Did you refuse to consummate the marriage? Did you? You have humiliated me and disgraced your family.
How is Selma this morning?
Better, I venture. She won't see anyone but Pauline. Pauline stayed with her last night.
Barnard must have gone completely mad.
I just rode over from seeing him a little while ago. He can't believe what's happened.
Well, I'm sure Selma can't believe it either. Leon, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I just can't believe what your mother said to her yesterday.
Oh, I can. Mother's not someone you love or hate. Mother's someone you accept or leave.
Well, then you accept her.
I'm used to it. But Sarah, she likes you.
Well, she seems to, and I'm glad. But I wonder if she really likes me or just approves of me.
With Mother, I think they're the same thing.
Well, I think she approves of me because I'm a better rider than you. Black
Who came through the door first?
Oh, you did, Miss Sarah. No question about that.
Traitor.
Oh, all right. I'll be generous. I'll call it a tie.
A tie?
Miss Sarah, I made this for you. I hope it fits.
A ring?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's real nice. Made from a horseshoe nail.
And it fits.
It's in honor of how she took charge yesterday when we found Miss Selma. Miss Sarah, the people here, we sure do feel kindly towards you, and well, we hope you'll pass a lot of time here in the days to come.
Now, Floyd, you wouldn't be butting into my business, would you?
Oh, me? How would I do that? Oh, look at me and let this thing get cold. Oh, what can I do for you folks?
I want to see my wife.
Miss Selma? Oh, she's sleeping right now, Moss Barnett. But I tell her you called on her. She's going to be so happy.
Lovey, I want to see her now. I know I didn't act right. but I had my reasons.
Moss Bonnet, please, she's just a girl. Take old Lovey's word for it. This ain't a good time. You go up there now, sir, you're gonna do more harm than you does good. And you don't want that, sir, now does you? Give her time, just a little time. We gonna talk her around, Master Bonnet. These here things, you got to let 'em heal. And then y'all be good as new, both of you.
All right. But you tell her I'm coming back here to take her home. You hear, Lovey?
Yes, sir.
You tell her that, Lovey.
Yes, sir, Moss, I tells her. I tells her, sir. Pauline? Pauline! You want to get yourself killed, John?
I'm not gonna let him hurt her again, Mama.
I think we should be getting back.
But why?
Well, Aunt P is depressed about Loretta, and I have to spend some time with her. And, well, we are going back to Savannah tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Well, we only came for Selma's wedding.
Some wedding.
It's such an intimate family problem. I'm sure your mother would like some time alone with it.
But I wouldn't, Sarah. Have you no idea how I feel about you? You're already engaged to Beulah land. Don't leave, Sarah. Marry me. I and Beulah land need you. Say you will, Sarah. Please say you will.
I will.
You what?
I will.
You will?
Really?
You really
I
will?
will.
I've never even kissed you. I've always been afraid of offending you.
Well, I believe when one is betrothed, it is quite permissible.
Mrs. Leon Kendrick. Mrs. Leon Kendrick. Mr. and Mrs. Leon Kendrick.
Ah, there he is.
Just barely. Oh, Floyd, when a man's getting married, why does everybody try to get him all tired out beforehand?
Well, the big day. This is the big day.
They kept me dancing almost all night. And of course, if a man dances, he's got to have a couple of drinks. You know what time some of those fools got to bed?
3, 4 o'clock. Who do you think was hitching and unhitching the horses?
Oh, that's right. Oh, Lordy. They took Sarah away just before midnight. I'm supposed to see the bride before the wedding day, not till the wedding.
Yeah, bad luck.
So after that, I had a dance with the old ladies. Hey, Floyd, you remember that horseshoe nail ring you made for Sarah?
The one she lost.
She never lost it. I stole it.
Stole it?
When she took it off to wash her hands, I sent it off to be rust-proof and gold-dipped. Huh? Now, don't you say anything, huh, Floyd?
Leon, you something. And getting married to a fine lady, too.
Yeah.
Today, 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 today! Yes! Whoa. Boy, I'm kind of scared, Floyd.
I guess everybody is.
You know where I'd rather be right now? Down at the creek, swimming.
Me too.
But I gotta spend the morning with the guests.
And I gotta finish this arch for the bride and groom.
I guess those days are gone forever, anyhow. Oh, Mother asked, could you hold off the hammering a little longer and still get the arch up in time for the wedding?
Reckon I can.
Well, you do that then, huh, Floyd? Governor's sleeping late.
Yes, sir, Master Leon.
Well, it certainly is a lovely day for the wedding.
Yes, isn't it lovely? And I was so afraid it was going to rain.
Oh, boy.
Now, Bona, if Selma is downstairs.
She won't be.
If she is, you talk nice to her.
You can catch more flies with honey, son.
I waited 3 months for them to talk her around. I've waited long enough.
Now, you listen. Selma's brother is getting married. You're his best friend.
Easy.
He showed his faith in you by asking you to be his best man. Now, you just behave yourself. If Selma doesn't come downstairs for any of the festivities, you just pretend like you don't notice it. That.
Little Trudy here is in a delicate condition. She's about to bear your brother's child. This is no time for bad feelings. You've got to be a man about this thing, son.
The niggers are all there, but not us.
We were invited.
To the wedding only. If I'm not good enough for the prenuptial party and the wedding party, I'm not good enough for the wedding.
That's right.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the presence of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. It is not, therefore, to be entered into lightly or unadvisedly, but reverently, soberly, and in the fear of God. Leon, do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? And do you solemnly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love, honor, and cherish her, and that forsaking all others for her alone, you will perform unto her all the duties that a husband owes to his wife until God by death shall separate you?
I do.
Sarah, do you take this man Leon to your lawful wedded husband? And do you solemnly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love, honor, and cherish him, and that forsaking all others for him alone, you will perform unto
Bonnet's
him
not paying attention.
all the duties that a wife owes to her husband until God by death shall separate you?
I do.
The ring, please. The ring, please. Say after me, please. With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
year, don't you think?
We don't have parties like this too often.
Good old time. Oh, yes.
Your son has certainly picked himself out a fine young lady, Miss Deborah.
Thank you, Governor. Leon's not famous for his practicality.
Any more than his daddy was.
Oh, when you should know, Felix, he was your brother. So the boy has inherited his daddy's, what shall we call it, his relaxed ways?
Well, frankly, I've been a bit worried about what might happen when I'm gone, but now that Sarah's here, I know Beulah Lang is going to be in good hands.
Mary Lou, take this out to the table and come back to get the rest of them. Oh, it sure do my heart good to see Martha Leon getting himself tied to such a fine lady.
That's a fact.
You enjoying the wedding, Dorothy?
Ain't my wedding. Well, you at it. Just work is all. It's like any other slave would.
Dorothy, you with the governor.
The only one of my family still with him. He sold the rest so far away I never go and see him no more.
Oh, how come he didn't let you go with him?
Governor keeps me around for reasons. Ain't many places like Beulah Land, I reckon, but no matter how they treat you, you still just a nigger, ain't you? Still just a slave. Still just nothing.
Sure, I'm a good time.
Look at Bonner just standing there. He's still got Selma on his mind.
He ought to be dancing. I told him that, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Thank you. You know, Miss Deborah, I keep hearing that you're bending the law by teaching the niggers how to read up here in Beulah Land.
It's a bad law, Governor.
That may be as it is. But I'd be mighty embarrassed if, come election time, some of my opponents found out that I, as governor, knew about this and didn't put a stop to it.
Well, instead of being embarrassed by it, Governor, why don't you tell them that we get more work out of hopeful people? But they never run away. They've taken to reading the Bible, and we don't have to use the whip nearly as much as some do.
Let's just hope we don't have another Nat Turner on our hands, Miss Deborah. This is one of the finest wedding parties I ever attended. It was a grand wedding party. You can be proud. Great. Fabulous. Good night.
Selma! Selma!
It's fine. Please come quickly.
What happened?
I don't know. Smoke.
You coming home with me? You open this damn door.
I don't want you. I want my wife.
Go away and never come back. Miss Selma doesn't want to see you no more. Ever.
Bonnet.
Son.
Bonnet, hey, hold on. You come on and take a little walk with me now, huh?
Come on, son. Everything's going to be all right.
Come on, mother, downstairs.
Selma!
Bonnet!
Selma!
No.
You took Val! On your husband! Selma, you hear me? You get out of here right now! And don't you say that damn nigger! Be your own man! Selma! Selma!
Don't you worry, Sarah. He'll be all right.
What's wrong?
He'll be all right.
Come in, all of you. I understand you whipped Skeeter yesterday.
I thought we were going to discuss the boy.
We will discuss what I wish to discuss.
I had hoped the master would be here.
Mr. Kendrick is not here, but I am here. Did you whip Skeeter?
I did.
I sent word to you that I do not approve of whipping.
That's true. But you did not forbid it.
It was my hope that you would honor my preferences. However, since you do not, I now strictly forbid it.
Slaves are like children. They must be punished or discipline will be destroyed.
If there's ever a serious breach of discipline that you feel justifies corporal punishment, you ask permission of Mr. Kendrick or myself.
Unfortunately, Miss Kendrick, Mr. Kendrick is often in Highborough or elsewhere when these situations arise. And his mother is bedridden and not always available for instructions.
I have been here over a year, Mr. Corley, and you still do not seem to acknowledge my authority. I have been patient, Mr. Corley. From now on, there will be no more misunderstandings between us. Now, to the boy. I understand that you went to the school this morning and ordered Roman into the fields.
Roman is a slave. He is old enough to work in the fields like the other slaves. It is causing me problems for him to be singled out for preferential treatment. And it is causing the other slaves to laugh at his father and resent him.
Let me remind you, he is my slave, not yours. I will decide what work he will do. You may go.
Everybody, come on. I will wash my hands before dinner.
That's real nice. May I interrupt for a short spell, Selma?
Certainly, Sarah. Children, it's time to go back to your chores.
Roman has been such a good student, and he has such a remarkable potential for learning that I think he'd be wasted in fields. So I wanted to ask you if he could be yours and Pauline's assistant in the school from now on.
Of course. Starting tomorrow.
Thank you, Miss Sarah. Miss Selma.
An exceptional boy. His mother must have been someone very special.
Not at all. She was black as coal. Easy as pie with men. And her no caring for color.
Black as coal. But I thought she'd have some white. Or mixed. Goober is stark black. Now, what are you saying? Isn't Goober the boy's real father? Well, then who is?
It happened a long time ago, Sarah. And the plantation men are used to having their way.
No wonder Goober treats that boy like dirt.
Goober was influenced into marrying Clovis.
You mean to tell me that some white man came here to Beulah land and just had his way with that girl and walked away from her?
It happens all the time.
Was he a guest? Did we conduct business with him? Then I'll ask Miss Deborah.
Mama would only lie to you.
I'll ask Leon.
Sarah.
What?
you don't want to know.
Why didn't you tell me about Roman? Everyone else at Beulah Land seems to know but your wife.
No one would dare mention it.
I'm your wife.
It had nothing to do with you, Sarah. We are married. I love you. We have a life together. What happened in the past has nothing to do with our marriage.
But he is of your blood and is treated cruelly because of it. Have you no feelings? You could at least provide for him.
Stop it, Sarah. You are not in Savannah now. This is a plantation. These things do happen. You're beginning to sound like my mother, the mistress of Beulah Land. I would have sold that boy a long time ago. But my mother prohibited it. It was to be a reminder of my indiscretion as a gentleman. More because I embarrassed her before her people than for any real compassion for mother or child. This is the same woman who forced me to look at my newborn boy, covered in his dead mother's blood.
Leon, I'm sorry. It's ugly. But we should have no secrets between us, not between us.
A Southern lady would never mention such a matter to her husband.
I was hoping you'd come to the cemetery and help me weed the graves, Deborah.
Edna, I just don't feel right. All through here. Doc gave me some stuff to take, but it doesn't have any effect.
Well, I'll weed your Arnold's grave same as I'll do for my Benjamin. You know, it's almost a year since he died. I do miss him so much.
Oh, Sarah, Edna's gonna weed the cemetery. Could you get us some fresh cut flowers from the garden?
Oh, no, Deborah, I'm not that old. Thank you anyway, Sarah. Feel better, Deb.
Sarah, come sit by me. Would you wind that yarn for me? Sarah, I may be acting like I'm failing, but I still know everything that goes on here at Beulah Land. I've been noticing Leon. He can't keep an emotion to himself. You haven't exactly been... What's wrong?
I've found out that Leon is Roman's father.
Oh, I was furious when it happened. Leon was just a boy. Sarah, I was hard on Leon. I was afraid he'd be like his father. Arnold was a good man, but he was weak. I had to be his backbone. Because of it, I received rather an uncomplimentary reputation. Doesn't matter. First it did. Then I realized the only thing that mattered was to keep Beulah Land thriving. It's what kept Arnold and me together. What filled my life. My only wish now is that Leon he must accept the responsibilities of Beulah Land. I gave him discipline, not love. Will you help him?
I love Leon. I knew what you meant about Beulah Land from the moment I came here as a child. I will not let either of them down. I promise you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, Roscoe, what is it?
I'm sorry to disturb you this early, Mr. Kendrick, but could I speak to you a moment about the North Field?
Why, of course.
Good morning, Miss Kendrick.
Good morning, Roscoe. Good morning, Floyd.
Morning, Miss Master Leon. I'm having a problem with this boy, Mr. Kendrick. I told him to sharpen 10 sides for the boys to cut the corn stalks in the north field. He claims he got orders to sharpen the discs for that field.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment, please. Are you talking about the north field?
Yes.
We're not cutting the stalks in the north field. That field is
Sorry,
going to
dear.
lie fallow for a year. I distinctly told you, Roscoe, that in view of the skimpy corn we got out of the north field this year, we are going to plow under the old stalks and let the field lie fallow for a year.
Mr. Kendrick gave orders for those stalks to be cut.
Yes, sir, dear. I thought that field could be worked more easily in the spring if it were cleared.
I'm sorry. If Mr. Kendrick wants the field cleared...
No. Your idea does seem better, really, Sarah. I mean, to let the field lie fallow.
Anything else?
I would like permission to punish a slave for insubordination.
For what? For questioning the wisdom of cutting the stalks? Now, if there's nothing else.
Thank you, Miss Kendrick. Mr. Kendrick, I do hope your mother is feeling better these days.
Leon,
Why did you have to do that to me? Why couldn't you just let me handle it? Even if it was wrong. You make me into laughingstock and in front of the slaves?
Leon, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Wrong! You weren't wrong, and you know it. Now you treat me like a child. Don't you think I know who's running Beulah land? Every time I try to be the master, I turn out to be the fool. Well, if that's the way it's to be, so be it.
No, Leon!
Yep. Marvelous show. Shakespeare's comedies have always been my favorite.
It's a lovely
Well,
evening.
but I like the tragedy too.
Oh, well, good evening, Mrs. Cunningham.
Loretta, there's a gentleman here, a Mr. Leon Kendrick, who says... Leon? Should I have him wait?
Leon? Oh, Leon! Oh, my lamb, my brother, my dear friend. So where is Sarah?
Why, Beulah land, of course.
Of course.
Oh, she keeps us mighty busy.
With the children, am I right?
No children, I'm sorry to say.
Ah.
But it's been 3 years, and Mother is not well, and she has assumed most of her duties.
Oh, dear Sarah. She must be in her element, mistress of a great plantation.
I do take care of the outside interests, purchasing, banking, traveling, and so on.
Traveling. Well, luckily for me. Sorry.
Loretta, you have become a beautiful woman.
Leon, you have become a strong, vital, and handsome man.
I do hope I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Savage.
Mr. Savage is no longer with the company. And this woman, this awful woman, what was obviously the real Mrs. Douglas Savage.
Mm-hmm.
I had the papers to prove it. And this sniveling, disgusting brat she had with her. I'm not overly fond of children. Was his daughter.
Did you weep? Did you faint?
Oh, I wish I'd thought of that. Oh, I think I had too much of that delicious wine. Anyway, I go by the name Mrs. Loretta Savage. Because in the theater, respectability of the marriage appellation is so important.
Loretta, you are wonderful. This past week has...
Miss Sarah? She was a good woman. God bless you, ma'am.
Sarah?
Selma, I'm sorry. Your mother...
I know, she's dead. You're a good person, Sarah. I'm sure that you see she has a fine funeral. I won't be there.
Good night, Selma.
When you return to Beulah Lane, as I know you must, promise me not to tell anything that'll hurt Sarah.
No.
We couldn't help ourselves, you and I. This was just meant to happen. But I still love my sister. Promise me not to tell anyone Mr. Savage is no longer with me. I don't want to be thought of as an abandoned woman and pitied.
Mm-hmm.
After all, as an actress, I still have my reputation to maintain.
Mm.
Sarah! What has happened?
She wanted to see you. She called for you.
Mother?
Yes. We all prayed you'd get here in time.
Oh, my God. I should have been here. Forgive me, Sarah. Forgive me for not being here.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
This is a sad occasion. I've asked your master and your mistress to bring you here so that you'll all be together when you hear the news. Miss Deborah has asked me to make out these papers, which she signed before she died, giving you all your freedom.
Freedom? Freedom?
Freeing slaves in your will is against the law in Georgia, and Miss Deb knew it.
That's true, but
We can't tell anybody or use these papers unless we leave the state. So unless we want to leave our families, it doesn't mean a thing. Not a thing.
nonetheless, I want you to sign these papers. And please don't destroy them. You may not want them now, but someday they may be very valuable to you.
Yes, sir. Master Felix.
That sermon this morning, magnificent. Can you imagine the children of Israel wandering through the desert 40 years, the Lord raining manna from heaven? Moses should have prayed for some of this fried chicken.
Oh! Missy!
What is it?
It's your sister, Missy.
Loretta?
Yes, ma'am.
Here?
Oh! Her car's right outside. She here.
I suggest everybody dig in while there's still something left. Actors don't usually come home unless they're hungry.
Retta! It is you. It's really you. Oh, how beautiful you are. You're... I'm afraid I am.
Well, where's Mr. Savage?
Mr. Savage's whereabouts are unknown to me.
Oh, he's abandoned you?
Sarah, can I stay? I have no other place to go.
Of course. Oh, don't you know Beulah Land is your home? Come, Leon is here, Barnard is here, so many old friends.
Oh, Sarah, I couldn't possibly see anyone now. I feel so travel worn. If I could just wash up, you know.
How long is Miss Loretta planning to stay in these parts?
Well, until she has her child, and then as long as it is convenient for her. Mr. Savage has gone to Europe with the Shakespearean Company, and of course my sister's in no condition to travel, so...
They must have an exciting life.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well, I would.
Oh, Trudy up there on the stage, man alive.
I'll bet Miss Loretta's had some mighty interesting experiences these last few years.
I most certainly have, Mr. Barnard Davis.
Miss Loretta.
Felix, how nice. And Nell, how are you? Oh, there he is. How fine you look, my dear Leon.
Welcome. Welcome to Beulah Land, Loretta.
Sarah told me about your mother. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bruce, all grown up, my. This must be...
This is Trudy.
Trudy, how very nice to meet you. Oh, Sarah, it's so good to be home. The world is wide, yes, and fascinating. And you are so right, dear Barnard. It has provided me with some most interesting memories. And I'd be delighted to share those memories with you at the proper time, if you'd like.
I'd like that very much, Miss Loretta.
But there's no place, absolutely no place like home. Sarah, do you know what? I am famished.
Love you, piece of chicken.
Thank you.
Slim boy! Come get this item. I rode him hard. You see, he gets plenty of water.
Yes, sir.
Leon? Come on, sit with me. I'm all alone. Sarah's gone with Ezra to tend to one of the ailing slaves. I swan needs be an education being here this past few weeks, seeing all she does.
I really must go, Loretta.
Oh, Leon, your voice bristles with fear. Not at all the free and happy cavalier you appeared to be when we met in Charleston. Why you been avoiding me? You scarcely spoke a dozen words to me since I came.
Am I the father?
Of course you're the father, fool.
What do you want me to do?
Won't you make me feel welcome? Won't you treat me with respect? The same respect with which you treat Sarah. After all, it is I who am giving you a child and not Sarah.
Don't talk like that about Sarah. She is the dearest woman.
And barren.
Why we don't have a child is our business, not yours.
I choose to make it mine.
That's your concern, Loretta.
So that means I'm free to tell Sarah.
If you want to destroy her happiness,
Is she happy?
I believe she is.
Not merely busy? Leon, don't you understand how lonely it is for me?
Keeping you from loneliness seems to be a job Barnard has undertaken.
You'd noticed.
I venture he's doing quite well. I also noticed the calf's eyes you make at him.
You are jealous? You are jealous? Admit it, sir!
I bid you good night, ma'am. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry. I'll drink
Well,
when
shiver me timbers! If it isn't Mr. Jones of Charleston. Come have a sit with me, Mr. Jones.
Why not, Mrs. Coley?
Nothing to worry about, Ducky. Roscoe's with his Lucille,
Lucille.
his nigger girl.
Huh?
Seen those cafe au lait boys around slave quarters? I'm talking about Jubal and Alonzo, his mulatto sons.
Huh?
Still, I don't care. The more time he spends with his slaves, the less he beats on me. Come sit with me, Leon.
Oh, I better not, Lizzie, honey. If I get off this horse, I'll fall down.
It's so boring here. I'd go back to Mrs. Allendale's in a minute if she'd take me.
She'd be lucky to get you.
It's not so, love. She's got no roost for pigeons like me. It's tender squab only for Mrs. Allendale. Still, my basic skills are undiminished. I'd be happy to stand treat for an old friend.
Too close to home, Lizzie. But I'll keep it in mind.
I'll be here. Unless I'm not.
I go to some other. Set up my spirit. Long way from home. Hey, I'll be all right, Floyd.
Sure you were, Miss Leon. You maybe had a little drop too much of that white lightning.
Kong squeeze. Long way from home. If you don't like me, leave me alone. You could just leave me alone. I bet you I'd be fine now. Maybe I can't do some things. Maybe I can't make my wife happy. Maybe I can't indeed be the master. But I don't want any niggers putting me to bed.
Oh, Floyd. Floyd, he... Leon, you're wrong. You've hurt Floyd. Please, I don't want you to do this to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I need you. Beulah land needs you.
Beulah Land need me. What for? Beulah Land has you. You don't even need me. You have Floyd. It's so bad about Floyd being black, isn't it? One of God's jokes. God said, Leon, you're white, so you be the master, even if you don't know how. And Floyd, you're the nigger, so you gotta be the slave. Even if you gotta have a master like Leon.
I'll have you. I'll be by your side. You can be anything you want to be.
What's the matter with her? She's crying more than usual.
She's hungry, Miss Sarah. Ally went to fetch Fedora for the feeder.
Where's her mother?
Oh, Miss Loretta, she done gone riding with Moss Barnett again.
Hey, excuse me. Good morning. Miss Sarah, I believe the table is repaired. If you would like to take a look at it at your convenience.
I'll come right away. The change in humidity from here to England made it crack. I don't suppose it'll ever be the same. Floyd, thank you for your help last night.
It's all right.
Where is it? It's disappeared. How did you do that?
I clamped it together.
Where?
Well, I made a little metal piece for underneath him. Well, you can't see it.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah, that's it. 2 bolts and a little metal strap, right?
Floyd, come on, got something to show you. Miss Sarah, you and Floyd, come on. Come on, quick, quick, quick. Oh, I got something to show you. Master Leon.
What's the matter, lovey? What's wrong?
Look at that. Just look at that. Oh, see that? That's exactly like I done you two. You on one side and Floyd on the other. You see that, Floyd? You and Master Leon milk brothers. And y'all dancing forget that, huh? Y'all was the hungriest two I ever see.
My son got a hankering for somebody he can't never have.
Leave me be, Daddy.
Floyd! You got the devil's secret in you, Floyd, and you're gonna break your mama's heart, boy. You heading straight down to eternal fire, Floyd, and you're gonna drag us all down there with you just as sure as I'm standing here.
I love you, Daddy. Tell Mama I love her, too.
I never guessed he was even thinking of leaving.
He didn't think about leaving. He just left, that's all. Like that. Something must have happened to that boy.
That nigger Floyd took a horse that belongs to Beulah land when he left and a very expensive saddle.
No.
If I am not allowed to go after him and bring him back and punish him, it will be impossible for me to maintain discipline among the slaves.
No, it's not as bad as all that. Sarah, I was taking a little ride last night, and I ran across Floyd, leaving on foot near my place. He wouldn't tell me why he was leaving, just that he had to leave. Good enough for me. He's free, you know, since Miss Kendrick's death. Well, I didn't like the idea of a good man like Floyd traveling on foot like a bindle stiff. So I gave him a horse. Saddle, a few dollars.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It is my impression that that horse belonged to Beulah land, not to you, sir.
Mr. Kendrick is my husband's beloved uncle. He is my attorney and my friend. He can give away anything he likes.
Your overseer has bad manners.
Unfortunately, I have to accept that. I need him more than ever now that Floyd is gone. Ezra, Lovey, be proud of your son. He must have had a strong reason or he never would have left us. He's a good man. And someday he'll come back. We will all pray for him.
Oh, thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
Where are you going?
I'm going off with Barnard.
What are you saying? Barnard is married to Selma.
You call that a marriage? You can't even get into her bedroom.
You can't just go running off in the middle of the night with a married man like some harlot.
Stop it. Don't you hurt me, Sarah. Barnard loves me. I'm entitled to some happiness. I've been hurt so much already, so don't you try and stop me.
Try to stop you? My dear sister, I will help you leave. It is good riddance.
Oh, you are cruel.
I'm cruel? What about Rachel? Have you forgotten you have a child?
No, I have not.
What are you? Don't you care what happens to your
I have a child that you couldn't conceive.
What do you mean?
She's Leon's child.
Leon's child.
With you, he felt weak and uncertain. Well, not so with me. So call me what you will, dear sister, but she's Leon's child. And I'm giving her to you. That Leon's child is yours.
Get out. Get out!
Sarah? Sarah, what is it?
Don't you touch me! Ever! Loretta! And God knows how many others! All those nights I tried to understand you! Trying to help you! Thinking it was me! It was my fault!
I'm sorry,
Everything's gonna be just fine. You're gonna have a mama now. A real mama. To pick you up and love you. You are gonna grow up loved.
remember, you don't come in, not even if the Kendricks invite you.
Which is not bloody likely.
They treated us like dirt long enough. And now that we have acquired the Anderson farm...
Not to mention a pair of others quite as good.
It's been 2 years now since we've left them. And finally, the Kendricks are short of cash. And we're gonna give them a dose of their own medicine.
Wouldn't it be better to let bygones be bygones, since we're neighbors?
Lizzie, I am gonna be the master of Beulah land before this is over. I promise you that. I understand your feelings, Miss Kendrick, but I think I am offering a fair price.
Sir, let us not be too hasty in these times.
I'm not being hasty. It's a matter of policy.
With cotton prices the way they are...
He's right. Who knows when they'll go up?
We'll hold our cotton till they do.
Sir, our cotton and cotton most of the small farmers around here will be held 2-3 years in our warehouse.
In the meantime, they are paying you nothing for the storage.
How do you know?
I talked to them. They have nothing.
Sir, Mr. Corley has made us a fair offer for 5 of our slaves, and frankly, we can spare them.
Leon, you are giving Mr. Corley the false impression that we need money. We don't. We have a commitment to our people. This is their home.
Miss Kendrick, I am sure that you do not need money, and I apologize if I gave the impression that I thought you did. As far as the slaves are concerned, you may say that Beulah land is their home, but in the eyes of the law, they are property.
He is right, sir. Subject to sale, purchase, and ownership. And I mean, we do own them, sir.
Believe me, slaves, as long as they are slaves, don't care who owns them.
Slaves, Mr. Corley. When they have a choice between a master who beats them and one who doesn't, will, I am sure, choose the one who doesn't. We will not sell. But if we are ever forced to sell, we will not sell to you.
The bells are ringing at Highbury. There's a fire out there.
Oh, cotton.
Oh, my God.
Warehouse. Look at this horror. We are gonna lose everything.
Roscoe Corley did this. He'll never prove it. But he did it. I know it in my heart. Billy! Billy! Oh, my God! What is it?
I think you will agree it is a fair offer.
Indeed, it is fair. I agree.
Not only is it a fair offer, it is very likely the only offer you're going to get in these times, what with money being so tight.
That may very well be true. Mrs. Kendrick and I will discuss the matter.
There isn't much time. I have certain amounts earmarked for certain lands. As you know, there's a great deal of property up for sale here in Richmond County. I may find something I feel is a better buy, in which case...
Buy it.
Sarah.
I beg your pardon.
I said, buy it. If you find land you want, buy it. Beulah land is not for sale.
Sarah, perhaps we better...
Beulah land is not for sale. Not to you, not to anyone. Your persistence seems to ignore my refusal to have anything to do with you. Good day, Mr. Corley.
I was under the impression that Mr. Leon Kendrick was the master of Beulah land. Good day.
Leon, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I am used to it.
Leon,
Let me finish. You're doing a good job here, Sarah. Better than I could have done. I know what people are saying, up till now, at least behind my back. Beulah land is run by a woman. Nevertheless, there's time for some truth here. We are reduced to a point where our former overseer drives up to our front door with a carriage finer than we have, insults us with his arrogant behavior, practically wipes his boots on our rug, and we have to listen to him, this rich white trash, offer to buy our home. Now, I accept responsibility for that, Sarah. I accept the blame for the change in our fortunes.
Leon, it's not just you.
It is. It is. Now, having said that, let me add this. We have to swallow our pride, Sarah. We should have treated Roscoe's offer as a godsend.
A godsend? That man has been trying to take away our home for years. He's a messenger straight from hell. Uncle Felix is upstairs bedridden with a stroke due to the fire he started. Beulah land is our home. It's the home of your mother and your father. How can you even think of selling it?
The bank owns Beulah land. Everything is mortgaged. The bottom has dropped out of the cotton market, Sarah. We have no assets. No assets that have not been pledged for loans. With Roscoe's offer, we can pay back the money we borrowed from Edna, from Felix and Nell, and we can even have something left over. If we don't sell, Sarah, the banks will take everything, and we'll have nothing, and then they'll sell to Roscoe. The Roscoes of this world are gonna take us over.
No! Leon, we are gonna work together. We're gonna pray for a miracle, and we're gonna find a way.
Sarah, look.
It's Aunt P.
You always invite me at this time of year. This year I didn't get an invitation. I know I'm always welcome here. So I thought I'd come on my own and surprise you. I brought you some little presents for the season. Sarah, I brought you some of my best watermelon rind preserves. Oh. Oh, and Leon, I have something for you, too. I hope you like it.
Aunt P.
Where did you get this? At the bank, of course. Where else does one get money?
But you must have pledged everything you own.
We're a family, aren't we?
You can't do this.
It's done. You don't want to lose Beulah land, do you?
How did you know about this?
Well, you know how bankers gossip.
Aunt P, this is a fortune.
Shh. I hope it helps.
Thank God.
You're back. Ezra, come on over here. Somebody here want to give you a little hug.
Sarah.
Lord, you look wonderful.
Well, thank you. Mr. Leon, good to be home.
Well, where have you been?
Oh, all over Canada, Alaska. I found out one thing, though. For a colored man, saying you're free and being free are two different things.
Welcome back home, Floyd.
Well, I guess you've seen the place is kind of run down. Roscoe left us and...
Yes, I got the whole story from Lucille as I walked past the old Anderson place. I can't believe Roscoe Cole owns it now.
Well, I've tried to take up the slack, Floyd, since Roscoe left, but times are hard, and I did never cotton to hard times.
Oh, Leon, that's not true.
Well, I admit I have done better than I could. Give me 10 more years, I might make a real overseer. Of course, we'll be in the poorhouse by then. Floyd, I want you to be our new overseer. Remember, you're free now, not a slave anymore.
Me? Well, there's no such thing as a colored overseer.
Well, then we'll just have to call you foreman.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
I like the ring of that. I hope I can handle the job.
You can do it, Floyd. If we're gonna get Beulah back on its feet, we need all the help we can get. Huh? Better times have come at last.
May I have the pleasure of the steak?
Why, I'd be delighted. This has always been my favorite day.
Sarah?
Lloyd. I was lost in thoughts about your father. Memories. He was right here at the beginning of Beulah land. I miss him.
You ought to be in there at your party, Miss Sarah.
I was thinking about Ezra. You know, Leon and I invited this Yankee artist to come and paint the family portraits. And I was thinking in there that he should have painted Ezra. He was so much a part of this land. And I just felt like... Well, I guess you're right. I better go back and visit with my guests.
Here you are, ladies.
Thank you, Bruce.
Enjoy yourselves.
Look at Roman.
Doesn't he look handsome all dressed up?
Leon, do you think Miss Sarah's gonna be jealous, us dancing so much?
Probably. You are so pretty and so grown up, Annabelle. We had better watch ourselves.
Oh, but I wouldn't want Miss Sarah to be peeved with me. I was just thinking, maybe I should dance a while with that Mr. Casey Troy. But of course, we haven't even been introduced.
Well, I think I can arrange that. Why don't we just dance on over to him?
Hey, Rachel, look at old Annabelle.
Making eyes at my daddy, acting like she's all grown up.
Old Annabelle thinks she's really something since Mama died. She says, I'm the lady of the house, except for Grandma Edna.
Some lady.
Well, Mr. Troy is certainly a handsome devil. But I never knew that was important as a portrait painter.
You mean Sarah hasn't shown you the portrait of Pauline and Selma? Come.
He's finished 2 portraits?
Well, not 2. Just one. I mean, 2 together. Here, look.
Well, do you like it? Like it? Well, Penelope, I don't know if I like it or not. It's not exactly what you would expect, though. Is Casey Troy not just your everyday painter?
Sort of mischievous, maybe.
Mischievous. Judging by this, he's downright dangerous, if you ask me.
Well, I came not only to see you, but to make sure Nell comes downstairs.
Beautiful Sarah. I may just get up and walk. You look so miraculous.
Oh, they don't need an old lady like me.
They certainly do, and I especially do. When someone comes over and asks me to dance, I'm going to say thank you, but Nell does all my dancing for me.
Don't you dare. Now, do you have laudanum in case Mr. Kendrick is wakeful?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Shall I bring up a plate when supper is set out?
No, I'll be long asleep by then. Sarah, tell her to stop worrying.
Stella, that lamp needs trimming.
I'll fix it, ma'am.
Now, how's Felix?
Oh, I haven't seen him so hurt since his stroke. It's done him worlds of good bringing him out here.
Wonderful.
You're an excellent dancer. Thank you very much.
Oh, I just love this waltz, don't you?
Yes, I do. But I really must say hello to my host. Would you excuse me, please? Mr. Kendrick, may I have your permission to ask Mrs. Kendrick for this dance?
Why, of course. However...
Oh, thank you. No, really.
But I'm your guest. And you are the hostess. Mr. Kendrick has given his permission.
By all means.
There, you see. It's almost as hard to get you to dance with me as it is to get you to sit for your portrait.
Well, I've been very busy.
Have you been avoiding me because you wanted to wait and see how the portrait of your family and friends came out?
No, I think what you've done is brilliant. It's just that
It's just that it's all leading up to you, the mistress of the plantation. The challenge will be not only to portray you, but your devotion to the land.
Well, that sounds impossible.
I hope it isn't.
Well, I try to spend as much of my free time with my husband as I can.
Mr. Kendrick tells me he's going to Savannah soon on business. Perhaps you'll find some time then?
I'll try. Are you an abolitionist?
I thought I was an artist until the last couple of days.
Well, you're a Yankee, so I'll draw my own conclusions.
The setting's wrong. The dress is wrong. Whatever my feelings may be about the morality of one man enslaving another, the churches certainly haven't been any help in deciding the issue.
How can you say that? The church is the last bastion of morality we have.
But the morality seems to follow rather practical lines, doesn't it?
Are you saying that my church tempers its faith with self-interest?
What do you think?
I don't think it matters what people say, in the North or the South. It's what they do. Slavery may be wrong, but it couldn't have existed if the northern ship owners hadn't brought the slaves here in the first place.
But most of them are against it now.
Now that they've made their fortunes, but they still buy our cheap slave-picked cottons for their mills.
You'll be happy to know that Mr. William Lloyd Garrison agrees with you.
He does? Well, don't tell any of my friends. I'll be ruined.
No, it's wrong. Can we try another setting, Mrs. Kendrick?
All right.
Thank you.
There you are. Do you have any messages for the Tomlinsons?
Leon, stay here with me. Please, don't go.
The Tomlinsons are expecting me. I want to see the new tobacco drying shed. I am trying to do things, Sarah.
Well, I must say, Mr. Troy, you are the only gentleman I've ever met who feels the need to talk politics continuously.
Do political conversations disarm you?
Well, do you think I'd admit it if they did?
Well, I would hope so. I certainly don't want to offend you.
Well, I don't mind, actually. I'm just not accustomed to it. Slavery is something I've lived with all my life.
Is that because you think it's right?
Well, it's just been here. That's all. It's just always been here. And besides, if I were to say I didn't approve of it, then I would be obligated to set them free. What would they do then? First of all, I'd be breaking the law. And where else would they go? Beulah land is their home. Some of them have lived here much longer than...
I don't mean to interrupt you, but... Do you think you could hold a hat in this hand, over like this? There. Just turn your shoulders this way. There, that's lovely. Would you like it to be different? Your world?
Yes. I'd like it to be perfect.
Now, that would be quite a change, wouldn't it? I don't like to say this, but unless people start talking sensibly, I believe there will be a war.
Mr. Troy, I'm sorry I chided you for your political interests. I must have been embarrassed.
Yes, I agree.
You don't like it? I can tell.
Well, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it just isn't you, Sarah.
Well, everyone sees something different when they look at another person, and... Well, that's what Mr. Troy saw in me.
Well, in that case, it's a good thing he's leaving.
Nell!
I was just thinking about us. About what happened. About what will happen.
By the way, Nell had some critiques on your picture. She said, to me it lacks the authority and dignity which we know you have, which should be apparent in the portrait of the mistress of Beulah land. Why did you leave out my authority and dignity? Don't you like them?
Well, I happen to think you have the sweetest authority and the prettiest dignity I've ever seen.
And tomorrow you'll be gone. And, somewhere else this will happen to you again.
No, Sarah. I don't think anything like this will ever happen to me again.
Will you ever marry?
I have never had a home to offer a woman. And I've never had a woman I'd want to offer a home to. Until now. And she already has a home. And she already is married. To a great plantation. To a whole other way of life. If that were not so, I'd ask her to go with me.
If it were not so, she would go. Casey, I'll miss you.
Oh, my Sarah.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I come here sometimes. Just like you.
Just like me. I've only been here once before.
I know. I seen you. Where you going?
Stay away from me!
Miss Sarah! Miss Sarah! Miss Sarah! Miss Sarah! Sarah! Miss Sarah!
It's me. It's Roman. Oh, Miss Sarah.
I found her! She's in the glade!
I never seen you like this. I gonna tell your daddy, my own boy, drinking. What is this thing you got here? Where did you get this? Are you stealing now?
Give me that.
What are you doing in my house, Roman?
That's her shawl.
Roman, no!
Sarah, you must stay in bed at least a week.
She says she's gonna get up tomorrow.
My father told me you were a stubborn woman, Miss Sarah. When he said how stubborn, I thought he was exaggerating.
I have work to do.
Well, Levy.
Yes.
Give Mrs. Kendricks 2 of these pills with her tea, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you. Love you. Stay. Is Roman well hidden?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
To come after him.
Master Felix say nobody gonna get him.
Levy, for Miss Kendrick's sake, I've reported to the police only that she was attacked and brutally beaten.
Bruce Davis's carriage will get you halfway to Augusta tonight. Nobody's going to stop Bruce Davis's carriage. When you get there, you give this to John Cartman. He'll see that you get to Philadelphia. In that envelope are $500. It's not a loan. It's a gift.
Leon Kendrick!
That sounds like Roscoe.
Leon Kendrick!
Don't worry, young man. Nothing is going to happen to you.
Mr. Kendrick is not at home.
I got a message for him.
I'll be right down.
You better take this with you.
No, thank you. What can I do for you, Mr. Coley?
You speak for the master of Beulah land?
In his absence, with the mistress's permission, I speak for him, being his foreman.
Then deliver me his half-white bastard. He killed one of my slaves, and I mean to have his hide.
The slave he killed was your half-white bastard who attacked Mrs. Kendrick. If Roman had not killed him, I would have.
Your life ain't worth a busted hamstring off this place, Floyd. No more than Roman's is. You tell your master when he comes home.
I don't have a master, Mr. Coley. I'm a free man.
A free man you one of these days, nigger. You tell Leon I got something to tell him.
You have a message.
When the time comes, I'll deliver it in person. I want that pleasure.
You got the letter Aunt P gave you to Miss Truman?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure she'll be able to find something for you at her school. God be with you, Roman.
I'll write as soon as I arrive.
Good night, sir.
I'm 17 in October.
I mustn't I? My father and Sarah said I'd wait till you're 17 to marry.
Oh, your sister Annabelle was just 16 when she married Blair Saxon.
Annabelle was exceptionally mature.
Well, I admit only that she was as silly and vain at 16 as she is today.
I shall tell her you said that.
I'll tell her myself. As soon as I'm married and she and I are equals.
Now, that won't make you equals. Annabelle's a mother twice over.
So shall I be. And more times, too. Oh, Adam, we shall have children. Our children. Doesn't it give you goosebumps? Oh, Adam, when I asked you before if you could really wait, I wasn't talking about marriage. I don't want to wait. Well, you know what I mean.
That's improper. Tempting a serious young lawyer. I have to be in court in an hour.
Oh. Would you rather I tempted somebody else?
Girls are supposed to be cool and unawakened.
Well, this girl is very much awake. Kiss me. No. Kiss me, really. Or I won't let you go. Oh, Adam. You seem afraid.
Rachel,
What?
ever since Uncle Bonnet ran off, Grandma and Papa always telling me every time I do something they don't approve of. That's your Uncle Bonnet to a T. They're so afraid I'm going to turn out like him. I'm bending over backwards, I guess, just to prove I'm not.
Adam, you want me as much as I want you. I can tell. Want to know how I can tell?
Take your crimson claws off my white body, Vixen.
All right, Judge Davis. I'll be proper. But sometimes I wish you were more like Uncle Bonnet. Hello, Miss Sarah.
Doreen, how is your grandmother today?
Oh, she's the same as usual. Grouchy as a bear, imperious, impatient, judgmental, and so forth.
Good. I don't suppose Bruce is here.
He and Grandma are in the library having tea.
What about your brother?
Our dedicated young lawyer is out riding this morning with Rachel. Papa, Grandma, look who's come to visit.
Why, Sarah. What a fine surprise.
Must be bad news.
I'm afraid it is.
Well, let's have it.
Edna, I got a letter from Loretta today.
Well, that is bad news. I thought you were shut of that bad, Penny.
I'm sorry I have to tell you this. But in her letter, Loretta has said that Barnard has been killed.
How?
Shot.
Mama.
Be quiet. I'm not surprised.
How can you accept it like that? Why would anybody want to kill Uncle Barnard? Why, he was the nicest man I ever grew up with.
Child. He was not nice. Anyhow, been lost to us all these years. Good as dead. Not writing, not inquiring, not caring. You haven't seen him since you were 4 years old. You just thought he was nice because he brought candy from town.
Does anyone tell Selma?
She put Barnard out of her mind many years ago.
How did it happen, Sarah?
It seems the gold madness out in California caused a lot of money to flow, and Barnard's way of prospecting was to play cards with the prospectors. He was accused of cheating.
Which he probably was. So your poor trollop of a sister's left high and dry. Her just desserts. Have some tea, Sarah.
Well, if it isn't my old friend Lizzie.
Old's the word, love. Got a drink?
Yeah.
Been noticing you passing through here. Your 3 sheets on the wind. Thought I'd come and see how you were. You look downright heart-scolded, Ducky.
I've been mourning my old pal Bonnet.
Bonnard?
A few drinks for old Bon.
Who's Bonnard?
Who's Bonnet? You don't remember Bonnet?
Not that I can recall, no.
Bonnet is my pal that used to come with me to Mrs. Allendale's.
Mrs. Allendale's? That was 2 centuries ago, Ducky.
Seems like it, though, doesn't it? We used to have some good times, Mrs. Allendale's, didn't we, Liz?
Life was simple then. And good.
And now the whole world is falling apart. Bonnet gone, and Felix as good as gone, and Doc is driving around in carriages like they own the world.
Listen, Ducky. Roscoe's getting stingy with the gin. Too busy with his new girl in town.
Oh, I saw Jubal on the road. He's getting to look more like his daddy Roscoe every day, only Roscoe don't admit to spawning him.
Why don't you bring me a little bottle every now and again when you're passing by?
Me? Kendrick on Corley property?
You do that, wouldn't you, love? For old lang syne.
My dear darling Sarah, I only meant to surprise you. What a welcome.
Well, you certainly do arrive without ceremony, don't you? Just the way you left us. And if I had the courage to act on my instincts, which are usually right, I would send you packing again.
Sarah.
But you are family. And there is some mysterious force which makes us accept our own blood even when it is wrong to do so. How did you come?
I hired a buggy. There was no room for my trunks. They're still at the station. I even had him drop me at the end of the lane so that I could...
Surprise me.
Yeah.
Oh, Loretta. Where is, Mr.
Tilly.
Mr. Tilly. Your new husband.
I can't speak of that now. Sarah, could I have a glass of wine? So I opened the door of our most luxurious hotel room. I assure you, Mr. Tilly was enormously wealthy. And there stood this most hideous virago. I mean, fat, with no style or beauty at all. So I said, Madam, may I tell him who honors him with this visit? And she said, yes. I am Mrs. Rob Quayle Tilly.
Oh, Loretta, I'm sorry. It is not funny.
Oh, but it is. At least now it is.
Loretta, 3 times a wife and never having been married at all?
Oh, I expect it's just my romantic nature. Sarah, we haven't spoken of her, the girl. I let you name her.
Rachel?
Did she live?
Yes.
I have a child. Well, where is she? Have someone bring her to me.
She is out walking with Adam Davis.
Davis of Oaks.
Adam Davis. They will be married in October when she is 17.
17 years. Oh, can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
Well, is she plain or pretty? Oh, Sarah, I must see my daughter. Adam Davis, you say. How does he stand in the line of family?
Well, he is 23. He's the eldest. A lawyer. A fine promise.
My daughter's going to be mistress of a great plantation.
Loretta, I do not wish to be unkind.
And do not. I have suffered too much already.
Do you remember what you told me when you went away? You said, Rachel is Leon's daughter.
Sarah, I hurt you, I know, and I...
Let me finish. You gave me that child.
To your safekeeping.
To me. You said, Leon's daughter is yours now. Those were your very words, Loretta. Rachel is my child.
But what about her? What happens when she wants to know about her real mother?
She considers me to be her real mother.
Oh, yes.
Loretta, you are welcome to stay here on one condition. You do not shock Rachel with any dramatic revelations of the past.
You are asking me to remain a stranger to my own child.
Not asking Loretta, telling.
Oh, you are cruel.
Oh, stop dramatizing. Can you think of no one but yourself?
You have changed, and it shows in your face, Sarah. It shows.
Loretta, you may go or you may stay, but if you stay, you must make a sacred promise to me, if you are capable of one, to remain silent on the subject of your given birth.
Well, I have nothing. I am all alone. I have no one. So I have no choice but to accept your heartless conditions.
Stop play acting. You have promised. Come in.
Oh, Aunt P! Aunt P! Oh, thank God you're here when I need you. You're the only person who ever really loves me. My poor daughter. Rachel! Rachel!
Good morning, Miss Loretta. You remember Uncle Floyd, don't you?
Floyd.
Oh, welcome back to Beulah land, Mr. Loretta. Been a long time.
Thank you very much, Floyd. I was just thinking of taking a little walk.
Excuse me, ladies. Good to see you again, Miss Loretta.
Yes.
Shall I walk you to the house?
Yes, let's go in the front way. Oh, I don't want to confront those old biddies again. They're treating me like some kind of pariah.
Get up.
Except for Aunt P, of course, who's been guardedly pleasant. And you, Rachel, you especially have been so very kind and sweet to me. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been.
Oh, I've tried to make you welcome, ma'am.
And so you have.
Get him up here. Come on. Come on.
I haven't been here many years.
So I understand.
In fact, I was last here 17 years ago, when you were born. Rachel, tell me, have you not felt in these few brief hours we've had together, seeing each other, chatting occasionally, have you not felt a special bond of intimacy?
I can't say that I have, ma'am.
Rachel, you are my child.
Oh, I'm perfectly aware that you bore me, ma'am.
My child.
I acknowledge that you bore me, but not that you are my mother. Mama is my mother.
You knew about me? And you did not tell Sarah you knew?
Aunt Selma told me. Mama never mentioned it to me. Probably because it hurt her pride to know that her husband and her sister had deceived her. So I'm not going to tell her that I know.
You feel pity for her? And none for me, your mother?
I try to look at it this way, Aunt Loretta. You, Mama, are the same flesh and blood. She couldn't conceive me, so you did for her.
Well, how accommodating of me!
Well, I'm sorry you feel you have been treated unfairly, ma'am, but that is no real concern of mine. I shall leave you now.
Rachel! Please do not tell Sarah I told you.
Oh, I won't, ma'am. Not for your sake, but for hers.
Children and war.
Best thing that could happen. Union soldiers coming here.
What do you mean?
Then we can be free.
It's not that simple, Nathaniel. I was out there once. I left once, and I can tell you, war or no war, if you're black, freedom is just a label white folks use on posters.
Don't make no difference, Mr. Floyd. Just as long as I know, I ain't no slave no more.
Yeah, but will you really be free, son? Really free? That's been my dream. And maybe youngsters like you can make it come true.
Damn Yankees. Got everybody thinking war. I wish I was dead and in my grave beside my old Benjamin. I don't want to see war.
None of us wants to see war.
Sarah's right, Edna. Besides, the Yankees are not spoiling for a fight. They are too fat and rich.
You think Lincoln's gonna let South Carolina secede from the Union without a fight?
Well, I do hope so. Anyway, I went down to enlist, just in case there's going to be trouble. They told me I'd be more help staying here and raising supplies for the volunteers.
Well, they're right.
They are wrong. Beulah land runs as well when I'm gone as when I'm here.
It's not true.
However, if there is going to be a war, it'll be a short one. The Yankees are not geared for anything but making money at everybody's expense. Say I have to go into Highboro to meet with the Cotton Exchange directors. I'll be back for dinner.
Benjamin? Selma, you and the children can play soldier all you want to, but my son is not going to take part. Now, Benjamin, I told you before, now you mind me.
But, Mama, I'm a soldier.
I'll soldier you. Now, you get in that house.
Ah, the beautiful Sarah.
How are you feeling?
I'm perfect.
Can I have a few moments with you?
Time is all I have got. Oh, alone? Stella.
Excuse me. Casey Troy has sent me a coded letter. He's going to be at the Hotel DeKalb in Atlanta from January 10th through January 15th. And he's asking me to join him.
Good God, after all these years.
I just had to tell someone, dear Felix. What am I going to do?
You want to go?
Oh, yes.
Go.
But how? Shouldn't I feel guilty? I don't. Honestly, I don't.
Sarah, considering Leon's propensities, you are and will continue to be a saint.
You know we're deeply fond of each other. But we just don't have a normal husband and wife relationship. And I want more than anything to go. To see Casey one more time. But I can't help worrying, thinking that it's wrong.
Times are changing, Sarah, rapidly now. And Leon, bless him, he's not capable of changing. It's a sad situation, but it's not uncommon among our quality Southern families. Sarah, I have been married to Nell since the Great Flood. And all this time, physically, nothing. I have had to steal the sweet peach of sex all my life. And I must tell you, I have had to concoct some elaborate systems of deception to do it. But it saved my marriage. You want to see Casey Troy? Go. As your lawyer, I consider this justifiable skullduggery.
Oh. Oh, Felix. When will I ever not be grateful to you?
Well, you might start by sending Stella back with a bottle of bourbon.
Oh.
Good afternoon, madam. Compliments of Mr. Troy.
Oh, thank you.
Real French champagne, ma'am. And what's even more rare, real ice. Shall I open it for you now?
I think we'll let it chill a while longer. Thank you.
I've never been so happy as I've been these last few days. Nor so sad.
Nor have I.
Will you go back north?
I must. There's going to be a war.
Oh, God.
It's coming, Sarah.
And you're a Yankee. How could this happen to us?
Sarah, whatever happens, just remember that I love you.
I love you. Nothing will ever make me forget how much I love you.
Fine, Floyd. I liked it better in the salon, but she decided she didn't want strangers looking at it anymore.
Well, hardly anyone but family comes in here.
Say, don't you have to meet the train?
Oh, yes. I got to pick up that shipment of flannel and gun stock your church took up a collection for.
I'll ride in with you. They're having a special meeting to pray for peace.
Seems kind of funny, don't it? The church getting into the war business.
I declare it seems kind of funny to watch Rachel and Sarah rolling bandages in a church. But then everything seems kind of funny nowadays.
Yes, it does.
Floyd, do you realize that you and I are witnessing the end of a way of life?
I reckon we are, Mr. Leon. Is that bad or good?
This morning, I and my daughters got into my carriage and went down to the campgrounds where Captain Buck Jordan is drilling his company. Swanee, I never saw anything so thrilling in my life. Sarah, you have got to go down there and see that.
Annabelle, you were a silly child and you are a silly woman.
That is not for you to judge, Granny. My family will do our part, won't we, Blair?
Well, I must say, if it comes to war, which it surely will, I'll not wait to be called. I'll go on the instant. Won't you, Adam?
I don't have the strong incentive you have, Blair, to run off to war.
Well, Swanee.
Adam, that'd set a wrong example.
Well, at your ages, Daddy and Leon, you couldn't be expected to heed the call to arms to save the South. But surely Adam can be spared.
I wouldn't say Leon and I were ready for a rocking chair yet.
Annabelle, if the men in power have any sense at all, there may not be a war, which I know would disappoint you.
Well, the whole South has followed South Carolina's noble example and seceded, thank God.
I'm afraid that Annabelle is right. We're on a collision course and there's no pulling back.
Mr. Lincoln says we are not a free people, and only he will decide what we shall do. That is my Blair's incentive.
Maybe that's what it tells you.
Excuse me. Early this morning, about 4:30, General Beauregard began the bombardment of Fort Sumter.
I knew it.
We're in it now.
I'm in. May God have mercy on us all. We are at war.
I would speak with you in private.
Come into my office.
here, and I'm getting old. Lizzie's gone from gin. We may not see each other again. Time has come to finish it.
We finished with each other a long time ago.
Oh, no. It goes on. Mistress of Beulah land. Painted the year my son Alonzo was murdered.
You acknowledge him, the mulatto?
That's one of the things I come here to tell you. I acknowledge my son Jubal, too. This war will make it possible for them to inherit my land. Niggers with land. How does that sit with you, Leon? Rich niggers living right next door to you. Richer than you. The time of the free, white, southern planter is done. Your time is done, Leon. That's one of the things I wanted you to know. The other thing is, before my son Alonzo died, he told me he saw the mistress of Beulah land and that artist man, Casey Troy, rolling together on the ground in that glade.
I've given her a laudanum. She'll be fine. She's just worn down worrying about Adam.
Ought to drag her out of that bed and make her go riding with Doreen and Benjamin.
If she needs more, just give her more.
Trouble is, she won't get her mind off Adam. Only she'd get a letter from him.
She ought to learn that the best medicine is keeping busy.
Is Mama gonna be all right?
Your mama's gonna be just fine, son.
See, what did I tell you? Hey, let's have a race. All right, Pharaoh, and you can ride whatever horse you want.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, by the way, if you're out of laudanum before I get back next week, just send one of your boys to my office with a note, Miss Edna. I'll see you in a few days.
What kind of world is it, Sarah, would do that to a fine young woman? I wish I'd died before all this.
You don't mean that, Edna. Come on. Let's go have a glass of wine.
Bonnet gone, Leon gone, Adam off to the war, who knows where? Who knows if he's dead or alive? Those godless Yankees overrunning the South.
Well, let's pray they never get this far.
What'll happen to Doreen and little Benjamin and you and our people? Oaks, Beulah land. I wish I was in Hybrid Cemetery with my band.
Now, Edna, we have to be strong.
I'm tired of being strong. You will be too one day. You had your share of hurt with Leon, and now Rachel lying up there like a corpse. Maybe your flighty sister was right, running away from it all. Maybe she had the right idea.
I don't think so. Last letter I got from her was in Philadelphia. When they heard her southern accent, they accused her of being a spy, and they shouted her off the stage.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm. She was forced to leave the troop, and now she's heading her west south again.
Heaven help the Confederacy.
Come on, men, hurry! The enemy's not 5 miles from here. You want the Yankees to get their hands on these? Get out of the way now! Here's a pipe that I'll hear those it ain't.
Mama!
Yea, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Lift up on your feet.
I think that's water.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be all right. All
God, it hurts.
This man's arm is burned. Bucket, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Get him back to McPhee. We'll hold him for interrogation. Damn it, be careful with him, even though he is the enemy.
Yes, sir.
Hinkle, intern, Hinkle for H-E-N-K-E-L.
I have it, son. I have it. Don't you try to talk.
Internal injury, section C.
Yes, sir.
Is this where it hurts? Smith, T.J. Left tibia.
Smith, TJ. Left tibia.
Excuse me, I thought...
Are you a nurse?
No,
we need nurses back.
Or
a nurse's aide.
No, I thought maybe there'd be some place where I could sleep. Our troop's disbanded and
For
I...
God's sake, if you want to help, get inside there. Help. If you want to sleep, and you got the time, and you can find yourself a place, you are welcome to it.
God's sake, give me a special. Oh! Ah!
They
shall come and shall declare his righteousness unto a people that shall be born, that he hath done this. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. Papa? Papa! 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 Papa!
She's gonna be so happy to see you. You've just got to know that you're gonna be all right. You just try to get yourself together. You hear me?
Shoot me! Please, somebody kill me! Shoot me!
Sorry.
I can't walk! Stand aside, please!
Put the arm in the box over there. Pull the skin up here. Hold it till I clamp it. Thank you. Well done. Now put the arm in the box. Now, Jim, bucket, wire. Look, quick. The yank's coming out of it. Hurry. Easy.
Try and get some sleep. You feel better in the morning. Well, I'll feel better in the morning.
Miss, please, these are clean sheets to make bandages. I hope they'll be of some help. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Water?
Water. Coming. Cool and fresh. More?
Thank you.
How were you hurt?
Landmine.
What's your name?
Davis.
Davis.
Adam Davis.
Adam Davis of Oaks?
Yes.
Married to Rachel Kendrick?
Why, yes.
Well, I'm Rachel's Aunt Loretta.
Loretta.
Yes. Well, tell me, how was everybody when you were home last?
Oh, well, Rachel. Beautiful, beautiful Rachel. Oh, and my fine boy, Benjamin. Miss Sarah, she's fine, too. All well.
Oh, thank God. Tell me, how was dear sweet old MP?
Oh, Miss Penelope. I'm sorry. She died not long after Felix.
Oh, no.
Please. Please.
Adam, I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back.
Folks know I'm here.
Doctor,
Tell me about Adam Davis over there with us.
Which one?
With the bandages on his eyes.
Oh. We can't do anything for him, except try to keep him comfortable. His legs will heal, but his eyes are gone. Took a blast of gravel and steel in both of them.
Well, what happens if Atlanta falls? What's going to happen to him?
Miss Savage, we have no way to transport these men. We have no place for them. If the Yankees get into the city, God save us all.
Adam. Adam, how do you feel?
My head hurts.
How would you like to go home? How?
How?
I don't know how. Oh, we can walk it or get rides. But if we stay here, the Yankees are going to get us. They're coming. Everyone says they are. They're destroying the railroads.
But why doesn't he ride? Maybe he doesn't have time, child. He's fighting those Yankees, you know. That's keeping him pretty busy. Well, the people get letters. He rides. I'm sure he rides. You know how the mails are, child. You go to sleep now. You get a letter tomorrow.
Maybe it's on his way home.
That could be. I hear cat. No, dear. It's late. Nobody would be coming here now.
I hear cat.
Now, Rachel,
I hear horses.
Rachel, you must sleep. Here, let me wet that cloth. You're still so big.
Oh, listen.
No, child.
He's here! He's Adam! Adam! Oh, my Rachel! Rachel! Stop him!
Mama! Mama! Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Adam. It's a hill. It's a hill. Quick, quick.
What the hell is a Yankee?
They're gone, Adam. Thank God they're gone.
Damn those Yankees.
Going home, Adam. Nothing's gonna stop us. You hear me? We're going home. Hold on, Adam. Let me look, let me look. Okay. He's just a wagon, that's all. I shall over. I shall walk. Okay. Well, then, we're gonna see how much they'll sympathize with us. Up here. All right. All right. Watch the ditch. Hello? Oh, please. Please. Just a ride. Just a ride. Wait! We're going the wrong way.
Sorry, ma'am. That's the way we've got to go.
God, I hope the Yankees aren't there already.
Oh, please, God, no.